This is the dodo, a flightless bird from the island of Mauritius, about 3 feet tall, heavy-bodied and thick-legged. A peculiar bird, a heavy bird, a bird with tiny wings, a big beak, and a name that became an insult. And somewhere along the way, the story got lazy. People started saying the dodo went extinct because it was dumb, because it was slow, because it was too useless to survive. But that is not what happened. It lived in the forests of a volcanic island in the Indian Ocean, and it had no idea it would become one of the most famous extinct animals on Earth, because the dodo is gone now. No living bird, no footage, or second population hiding somewhere. Just bones, drawings, and a name that outlived the animal itself. So what exactly happened to the dodo? Dead as a dodo. A quick way to describe something finished, something outdated, something too useless to survive. And for hundreds of years, that is how the dodo was remembered. The dumb bird, the fat bird, the bird that was too slow for the world. But that story is wrong. The dodo did not vanish because it failed at being an animal. It vanished because it was made for one world, and then humans brought it another. Before the ships arrived, Mauritius was isolated, a volcanic island far east of Madagascar, surrounded by open water in every direction. For millions of years, that distance shaped everything. Life there followed its own rules. Forests grew thick and humid. Rain softened the ground. Fruit fell into the leaves. Birds moved through the trees. Giant tortoises pushed through the undergrowth like slow pieces of the island itself. And somewhere in that green, wet world, the dodo walked. The dodo's ancestors could fly. They were pigeon-like birds that reached Mauritius long before humans ever did. But once they arrived, they found something rare: safety. There were no large land predators chasing them through the forest, no cunning foxes or stealthy cats prowling about, and no humans roaming around. There was no reason to launch into the sky every time a branch cracked behind them. And over generations, that bird changed. Its wings became smaller. Its body became heavier, legs stronger, and it stopped needing flight. That sounds strange to us because we think of flight as freedom. But evolution does not care what looks impressive. It cares what works. And on Mauritius, walking worked. Because flight is expensive. Flight costs energy. It takes muscle and a body built around escape. But if the ground is safe and the food is plenty, then the sky is not necessary. That is why the dodo traded its wings for a different kind of survival. It became a ground bird, reinvented for forest floors instead of open skies. The dodo was not poorly designed. It evolved for one place: Mauritius. Gray-brown feathers damp at the edges, a pale belly brushing against wet leaves. Its thick, hooked beak dipped toward fallen fruit, yellow feet pressing into soft volcanic soil. To the human eye, it may look strange and odd, because for a long time it was, until it crossed paths with the most dominant creature on Earth, Homo sapiens. In 1598, Dutch sailors record the dodo on Mauritius. To them, the island was not a fragile system, millions of years in the making. Instead, it was a pit stop, a place to rest and repair ships, a place to collect food, a place to also leave things behind. And the dodo must have seemed impossible. A large bird that did not fly away, but instead walked. An odd bird that did not understand what humans were. A bird that could be approached, caught, killed, and written about. People did hunt this bird. That part is true, but hunting was not the main reason that killed off dodos. The deeper damage came off the ships that came with humans. Rats, pigs, cats and dogs, animals the dodo's home had never prepared it for. A few escaped. Some were released, and slowly, over time, Mauritius was not the same island anymore. The trees were still there. The rain still fell, and the fruit still hit the ground. But the rules had changed. A nest on the ground was no longer safe. An egg in the leaves was no longer hidden. A chick that once only had to survive weather, hunger, and bad luck now had to survive teeth and claws. This is where extinction really began. It wasn't instant. One egg gone. One nest destroyed. Then it happens again and again, until the forest looks almost the same, but the future is disappearing inside it. That is the brutal part of island extinction. A mainland animal can move deeper into forest, higher into mountains, farther from people. But an island is a closed room. Once the wrong thing gets inside, there are not many exits. The dodo only lived on Mauritius. There was no backup population. There was no second island. No hidden valley full of dodos waiting for history to pass. The dodo was not fearless because it was stupid. It was calm because calm had always worked. And for a very long time, that was enough. Until suddenly it wasn't. The dodo was not too dumb to survive. It was too trusting for the world we brought to its shore.